What if the problem is not that your kids can't play together, but that the toy is setting them up to clash from the start? So today I want to talk about the kinds of toys that actually help siblings play together instead of fighting over the same thing. Hey, welcome back to the podcast where we're looking at toys, play, and parenting through the lens of what actually works in real family life. I wanted to talk about something that I think a lot of parents care about deeply, and that is this. What kind of toys actually help our kids, siblings, play together instead of arguing with each other? Because if you're raising more than one child, you already know that this is not a small thing. Some toys seem to invite conflict immediately. One child takes over, the other one melts down, someone says it's not fair, someone says it's mine, and suddenly the toy that was supposed to make life easier becomes one more source of noise and frustration. And then there are other toys, the ones that seem to create a very different dynamic. Toys that give kids a shared goal, toys that make room for teamwork, movement, laughter, or taking turns. Toys that actually help siblings play with each other and actually not just next to each other. And honestly, for a lot of families, that is the best kind of toy there is. And it matters for a bigger reason too. Sibling relationships are one of the earliest places kids practice empathy, emotional understanding, problem solving, handling conflict, and pro-social behavior. Researchers have found that positive sibling relationships are linked with skills like social competence and empathy, and those are the same kinds of social tools that kids will keep using later with friends, with classmates, with teammates, for coworkers down the line, and future partners. So this is not just about getting through the afternoon with less fighting, although let's face it, right now, that's probably the number one reason. But it is also about giving kids repeated practice and how to live, work, and relate to other people. Okay, so when I actually think about sibling-friendly toys, I'm looking for a few things. Number one, I want a toy that gives kids more than one role. And I want a toy that allows for turn taking or teamwork. And I want something flexible enough for different ages or personalities. And then I want toys that create a shared goal because kids often do better together when the focus is on building, moving, laughing, or solving something together instead of side by side or like competing for control. And I know that sounds like a lot of must haves, right? But there are toys that actually do all of those things, and I'm really excited to share those with you today. Before we get started, just a quick note. Some of the products featured in this episode were provided by the brands at my request. I wasn't compensated for mentioning them, and they were donated after the show. And the first one is the magnetic monorail starter set from Senkyo Toys. And this is what it looks like. I wish I could show you right now, but I'll try to get some B-roll in a second that you can see. But basically, it looks like this. This is the starter set. They have other sets too. But kids can actually connect the track pieces together and then send a mini train gliding along the route that they create. It's actually like this magnetic rail, which is really, really fun. I love this so much. But it's not just a building toy, and it's not just a vehicle toy. It's really a shared engineering product in a kid-friendly format. And what makes it useful for siblings is that it naturally creates different roles because one child can build the track. The other one can test the train. One can problem solve a section that maybe is not working while the other one experiments with how the train moves. Then they can switch. And that matters because sibling play often goes better when kids are working on the same challenge from different angles instead of fighting over one single right way to use the toy. And then if you get different sets or you get a larger set, well, they could be each working on a part of the track to make it a whole track, right? Lots of ways to play and lots of different ages that can play with this as well. It actually starts at ages 3 and up, but you can see a 3-year-old playing with this in one way and a 6-year-old playing with a different way, but they could be playing together as well, right? So super cool. And then I also want to share another fun one. This one is, we'll call it a little bit more exercise. It's the color beat drumsticks from Just Play, from Danny Go. There we go. Here we go. We're on, if you're familiar with Danny Go, kids just love this, love this. But if you're not familiar with Danny Go, let me just give you a quick little recap. It's an action kids entertainment brand on YouTube built around music and movement and high energy participation, right? It's like fitness through adventure. And it's really just a fun, active dance learn experience. And that is why these drumsticks make sense because it's an extension of what they do in the show. Now, these drumsticks are especially useful for siblings because not all connection happens through quiet cooperation, right? Sometimes kids connect by copying each other, making noise together, being silly together, moving in sync together. And then one child can start a beat and the other one can join in, one can lead, the other one can follow, they can switch, right? So let me turn it on so you can hear. And so you can get 2 sets and each one has, 2 drumsticks. Or again, depending on your budget, at least you now have 2. So one can each have one. So I'm going to turn this one on first. And then it has like a little, can you see there? So it has like music and then it has like drum beats. So if you hear it and then you can change it, the colors change too. I mean, honestly, it's kind of addictive. But then the other one is a little different. So now you can see one kid can be doing this and someone else can be doing this, right? So it needless to say, it can be something that kids can play, on their own if you just bought this for a set. But for siblings, they can be doing it together and just having, frankly, a lot of fun. Honestly, when I opened these for the first time, I think I walked around the house for 15 minutes just having a blast with it. And my kids were like, please, mom, stop. But anyway, so for siblings who tend to clash in more structured play, movement and music can be a much easier way to play together. Okay. All right. So the next one I really want to share is the Wheel Creator Pack by Clixo. Now I'm going to show this Wheel Creator Pack, but they have a lot of other different packs and sizes, like up to 150 pieces or 30 pieces. Honestly, it really doesn't matter what pack you get. But if you have not seen Clixo before, they're basically these flexible magnetic building pieces. And the pieces like bend and snap and twist into like different 3D forms. It's really, really fun and makes it really different from traditional rigid building toys. You're not talking about blocks or bricks and things like that. This can be really different for a lot of kids who maybe don't like even that traditional play, or who kids that do love building. Well, now you're bringing in a different sort of way to build. And this pack here, let me pull it up. We can see what it looks like in the store packaging. It looks like this. This one actually, includes wheel pieces so kids can actually make moving creations like vehicles and planes and other designs. Here's one right here. Look how cool that's a little plane. And yes, it's all made from that. I mean, several of the pieces, obviously, but it's all made from these. That's all it is. I mean, it's so super cool. Now, why is this such a great sibling toy? Well, because open-ended toys tend to leave more room for different personalities in different ages. So one child can be imaginative, another one can be more technical. One can build something just like wild, while the other one can focus on actually building like what they're seeing in the instructions. They could collaborate together though, or they could build side by side, or they can challenge each other, or like one could be making a plane, another one could be making the runway, right? That flexibility is a major advantage in sibling households because a lot of conflict comes from toys that sometimes only work one way, but Clixo works because it leaves room for multiple right answers and multiple personalities and multiple ages and stages to be able to work together that way. So love that one. Okay. Another one I want to share is what everyone knows, but I like this one because it's new in the market. Playmobil. Can you guys see? This one's super cute because I think it's really great for spring and summer. It's this little as you can see here for ages 4 to 10, but like this little ice cream shop. It's so cute. But I love Playmobil for, again, that sibling play Because first, you kind of have to build it together, right? Like you have to put all the stickers on and you actually have to, do a little bit of building. So that's great for the kids to be able to participate and do that together themselves. So maybe one's doing the more technical stuff, another one's putting the stickers on, so on and so forth. But even if you decide to put it together yourself in advance of giving it to the kids, totally fine. Because even then, when they get the pieces, now they can role play. Like maybe one sibling is that character, another sibling's that character, another sibling's that character. And they can, pretend to come up and order the ice cream and like, what flavors do you want? And there's a lot of interactivity and role play, of play, pen play opportunities in a set like this. Again, I just find really any of these Playmobil packs like that, where there's a couple characters in them, are perfect for sibling play. Okay, so the last one I want to share with you, I can't show it on screen because it's so big, but it is the Rockin' Pockets. And what I love about this, it is looks like your classic like cornhole game where you have to throw the bean bags into the little holes. But this one's a little different because now it's two-sided. And the whole point is that one person is throwing the bean bags on one side, the other one's throwing the bean bags on the other side, and it's rocking back and forth to add a little bit more challenge because if you're throwing it, someone else is throwing it, it's moving as you're throwing it. But what I like about it is that the whole point is that you play together. It's not, oh, you get a turn and oh, you get a turn. Actuality, you play together at the same time, which I think is great for siblings. And then for younger kids, maybe if they're 3 and they're still not throwing, well, they get to play a little closer, older siblings a little further away. Siblings who are closer in age or even older now can be doing more challenges with each other. But again, I just loved it because it's one of those games where it actually encourages you, for the whole purpose of it, to do it at the same time, which again, we all know there's not a lot of things that let you do that at the same time when it's more of those physical activity, especially outdoor toys. But it can be played indoors, it can be played outdoors. It actually like folds up, collapses, whatever you want to call it. So you can take it to the beach with you, all the things. So I definitely love this one as well if you're looking for a little bit more of an outdoor play experience. Now, 2 more I want to share is honorable mentions, if you will, is number 1, Fart Yoga by Golden Bear. It actually launched in the UK a couple years ago. Now it's coming to the United States. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a movement game built around yoga poses and a farting sloth named Sammy. Like you put it around your waist and then you do all the different yoga poses without trying to get it to toot. When kids are laughing together, moving together, and focused on something ridiculous outside themselves, there's often a less room for tension and control battles. And I think this is also a really nice option for mixed ages because the concept is really easy to understand and the rules are not overly complicated. So I think it's a really fun one. And then for older kids, though, who are like in the teens, there is a game that I want to share with you. It actually just came out. It's called Sneaky Scallywags by Hootenanny Games. And basically, it's a pirate themed game built around bluffing, hidden roles, teamwork, right? Trying to uncover the gold. And I do think this is a great older sibling game because older siblings can connect a little differently than younger ones do, number 1. And number 2, they often don't connect as often as younger siblings do, right? Like they're busy, they have activities, they're on screens, they got homework, all the things. So it's really nice to be able to have this fun game for them to be able to play. But I like this one because it's kind of that fun, like elevated pirate experience and allows them to focus on strategy and negotiation and a little bit of playful rivalry inside this like set of like a rules. So I think that's one to definitely check it out if you are looking for something for the, teens in your life as well. But at the end of the day, the bigger point here is that the best sibling toys are not just about keeping kids busy. Yes, I know that's probably the number one thing because we want to do laundry, we need to get dinner ready, like we need to balance a checkbook, whatever it is. I totally get it. But the ones that you can really find that go beyond that, the ones that are shaping the kind of interaction that happens between them is going to be so playfully powerful. And the toys that make it easier for the kids to collaborate take turns, laugh together, and stayed engaged in the same play space longer, golden, right? So when you're choosing toys for siblings, ask the question, not will they like this, but ask what kind of interaction does this toy invite? Does it invite teamwork? Does it invite movement? Does it invite laughter? Does it make room for different roles in that one toy? And those are the toys that often earn their place in a home with multiple kiddos, siblings, different ages. So for National Sibling Day, I would definitely focus on a little less on what is trendy and a little bit more about what helps kids build, move, laugh, and play together. Because for a lot of families, the best toy is still the toy that helps siblings play with each other instead of arguing with each other. So I appreciate the like, subscribe, all the different things. And if you want to join my email list, head over to playroomchronicles.com and join the Fun Vault. Get some freebies, and then you actually get on my list. I don't spam, do anything like that, but I give you great toy ideas, discounts, giveaways, all these other things. So definitely check it out or check me out on social media at playroomchronicles.com. And again, appreciate you all.